Hi, this is Janet Beihoffer, the lady in charge of the Election Judge Project for the 2012 election cycle. Many of you know me because I wear this cap in a number of conventions, and others of you will know me because we communicated during the 2010 election. And for all of you who helped in 2010, whether you were a poll challenger, an attorney, or an election judge, thank you, because you did a really good job, and it made a difference. This project is on track to be done in 2012 with the full support of party officers and the State Executive Committee. What we have done is put together a very short PowerPoint presentation so that you will know what is happening, why we have to have you register with the party, and when you can expect to get communication from us and your local county or city officers. So without further ado, let's take a look at what's happening in 2012. Thank you very much. Hi, this is the presentation I referenced earlier, and we're going to go through it. It will address a lot of the questions, particularly for you newcomers whom we really appreciate signing up to be election judges. So without further ado, here we go. The topics we're going to cover today are the 2012 election environment, changed from previous years. We're also going to take a look at unique election law issues in Minnesota. We will answer the question, why do we need your name? And we will take a look at precinct balance, which is an issue for a number of you. We provide you with a timeline of what we are going to do and what's going to happen with the Election Judge Project, and finally why the election judges themselves matter so much. As of August 1 in 2011, the major political parties were required to submit one list of names to the Secretary of State by May 1. The names on this list are to be given priority and must be used before any other names, including those of you with a lot of years of experience. That's why we want to know who you are and where you are. If you look at it, Minnesota will hire 35,000 to 40,000 election judges, and we would really like our fair share. We have some catching up to do, but we are definitely making progress with your help. Thus, we need your name and information by April 25th. That will give us time to clean up the list and get them to the Secretary of State. Some special election law issues in Minnesota. As most of us know, we do have same-day registration, but you don't have to prove who you are or where you live. But that's the law. We also have vouching, whereby one person can say, these 15 people are eligible to vote, but not one of them has any identification. We have no provisional ballot system, which is a means other states use to make sure that people are voting in the right precinct, etc. As for double voting, that is a national problem. And finally, the vapor voters. In Minnesota, when someone registers to vote, they are sent a postal verification card often after the election, that says, does this John or Jane Doe live where they say they did? In 2008, over 17,000 of those cards were returned. No such address, no such name. And in 2010, we had over 7,500. Now, many of you have heard presentations that there's no voter fraud in Minnesota. Well, you cannot prove voter fraud when the voter vanishes into thin air. Thus, my term, the vapor voters. Their ballot counted, but where are they? Why focus on election judges? Citizens need to believe that there's a political balance of election judges within a precinct. That's a comfort level. That's a justice level. That's a fairness level. Election judges also have the responsibility and the authority to enforce the law. Those of you who have been poll challengers, great, but you know from experience that you cannot enforce the law. The election judge has to. Hence, our push for election judges. Some of you have had issues with party balance in your areas. Here's your statutes to quote. No more than half of the election judges in a precinct may be members of the same major political party. Ooh, okay. And at least 2 election judges in each precinct must be affiliated with major political parties, plural, that is, more than one. And Republicans for a day don't count. So, to help you get your position better with your cities and towns, If we have your name and we have submitted it, that will allow you or give you the means to go to your city or town and say, I know my name was submitted. I know we're short on election judges. I'm here to help you balance out. Now, what's going to happen when? We would like all your information by April 25th, because May 1, we will submit it to the Secretary of State. May 15th, it will go to the county auditors, and they in turn will distribute it to the respective cities and towns. The cities and towns will review the names and start calling people. And yes, I'm quite aware that a number of you are being called now. Legally, they don't have to hire you. Pragmatically, they probably will. But help us abide by the law and help us learn where our people are by signing up with the party. From now on through summer, people will be contacted to be election judges, and then you will be assigned in August, September, depending on whether or not you're on the primary and or the general election team. Also, all training for election judges is by the local city or town, not the party. What we will do is submit names to the Secretary of State, and then we will tell you whenever we're doing anything like this. Any action we take, we will communicate by email. We will also let you know when you can contact your city or town in case they haven't called you. We review the training and see if there's any omissions, and we found a key one in 2010 that actually forced a change in the training by the end of the summer. We also organize attorneys to be at a helpline for you on Election Day, and we also run the poll challenging program statewide with help within the congressional districts. We will give you election law data as well as the attorneys and the poll challengers. So you will have information in your hands before the election to take to the precinct. So thank you very, very much. It is important that we keep our elections as fair as possible, as just as possible. If you go to this particular website, you can sign up now. You will get an automatic acknowledgement once your data has been entered. And if you have questions for me, please send them to votingintegrity@mngop.com. This is Janet Beihoffer. Thank you very much.